So here we go. Because it's that time again. Oh yes, it's that time again. So, good evening everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I'm Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? I hope everyone's doing good, and I hope everyone is well. So let's get straight to it then. So this is round 3 of Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship, and we are off to Spa-Francorchamps, one of my favourite tracks of the world for sure. And I hope everyone's doing good, and I hope everyone is well. So let's get straight to it then. So what's going to be happening is that, well, for those of you who are just tuning in, and for those who don't know, there's two races to go on this way. Obviously, there's going to be a 15-minute sprint race with no tyre wear, no fuel consumption rating, and obviously there's also a 2-minute, 30-minute turbo feature race as well. See if have I just set this in like private or something? Or I'm not too sure. I can see myself live, so it's okay. I thought if I go off flicked or something, but no. So we'll just So last time out for Jimmy's British Touring Car Championship, I was looking to be in contention to get a podium, but it was just not meant to be. So therefore, I have to be a good sport about after making contact with somebody, and therefore that I recovered to get some points, which then of course put me in a slightly better position for the reverse grid. So therefore, what I'd done is that I went on to do the one-stop strategy in the dry track in Magyar, and therefore that I was able to just to get a win. So that way I've bounced back after quite of a difficult one to start off with, but then again I just picked myself back up on the feature, and yeah. So good evening, Captain. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for the good milk message, and best of luck to you as well. So this is Captain HC, who stood in there for me and in Brands Hatch when I was away. So respect to you for getting some points for Audi. I'll give you that. But he's also standing in for Clayjax, who's going to be missing the next 3 rounds of GB's British Touring Car Championship. So obviously that it's just a matter of just to be sure to just build on a consistency from where I left off. So in terms of the points, so as things stand, we've got for the points table, we've got Audi, who I'm representing, are on 21 points, which is 15 points behind Renault, who is currently leading the manufacturer's standings. And then you also have Clayjax, who's not here for this weekend. Therefore, it gives people like LFC Ben, Legion, Marty, Shadow to make up some places, and myself as well, as I'm on 19 points, which leaves me 6 on the table, the Drivers' Championship. So this track, it's going to rain. I can tell you, it's going to be a wet one, of course. But who knows what the Jimmy Codger special will throw for his British touring car races, where you never know what the weather's going to throw at you until you get there. So I'm just going to switch over to my stream, and then so we're just waiting for the lobby to open, which should be a couple of minutes. So obviously that just got me oil changed as well as that. Gonna took racing softs, so therefore that we're going to be kicking off the procedures with a 15-minute sprint race. Before that, a 10-minute qualification, and we'll just go from there. And before I do that, before anybody forgets, copy me if you wish. Change the oil. Obviously, wash the shower, wash the car from yesterday. So, but yeah, there we go. Oh, damn it. Have I left this mic on already? So sorry there. Welcome. I as if I'd left my mic on this whole time and then not even realised. Sorry about that, but welcome along, everyone. So I hope everyone's doing good. So let's get straight to it then. So what's going to be happening is that we're going to get some practice on the belt. Obviously, I've done some practice last night. Obviously, we've got to we're just going to start off the meeting as we always do. So it's just to build on the consistency from where I left off, really, having got a P7 in the sprint and then with the reverse grid moving me up just a touch, therefore that I was able to make up some ground and make the one-stop strategy last with enough fuel on board and won the race. So therefore that I got myself up and running once more, and so it's just a case of building on the consistency from where I left off. But for those who are just tuned in, Clay Jax is not here for the next 3 rounds, as we've got Captain, who's just jumped in the chat to say hello. Best of luck to you as well, Captain HC, who was the person who stood in for me in round 1 of the BTCC Championship at Brands Hatch, who was standing in for me getting some points for Audi. So respect to him for getting some points on the board for Audi. And he's also standing in for Clay Jax, the championship leader. He's going to be missing for the next 3 rounds as he's away. So that will change the dynamic of how the championship spectacle is going to pan out. Where you got Clay Jax, Legion, Marty, and myself, who will be looking to make up some ground. Oh, and Butler as well. Butler's going to be up there, so we've got Shadow in there as well. So I just need to back off a touch just to get some track position. So what is this, like morning time? And we've got Storming, so that's a full lobby, of course, with Jimmy commentating from his perspective. And so for those that don't know Mr. Jimmy Codger, he has a channel who is streaming right now. For those that like to go and check him out for his commentary on his British Touring Car Championship. For those who are into British touring cars, of course. Whoa! Oh, not what I want to be doing, but so literally pushing the car to the best I can, well, knowing so well what the competition is going to be like. So I'll just kindly move over to one side for someone there. That is Kivachi, who is standing in for Edberg. So I got front bumper damage, which will only last for 30 seconds, luckily. So Southpaw has set the benchmark that is Marty. So be expecting some quicker times coming through in a couple of minutes, whilst we get some practice on the board. Bit deep on the hairpin. Flat out through All Rouge, and this is the first time in the GB Codger's British Touring Car Championship that race meet is going to be held at Spa. So I love the track. In all honesty, it's just it's like a risk reward kind of race, even in Formula One standards, where this is the longest track that in these days that Formula One is using. You know, a bit of turf. Just got to bear in mind about that wind that's pointing to the northeast. And Marty's getting quicker as well. And so am I. But see what lap time can I get and all. So I just need to find some temps where I can. So I'm catching up towards the vehicle up front. That is Givenchy, I would assume. In the Ford Mondeo. Flat out through the Camel Straight. Then we'll reach to the heavy braking between the 100 metre, 50 metre board. You feel the no-name cone bouncing. So quali is starting soon. purple in this sector. No sandbags lurking in my car. So he's just getting the corners chained together as well as that. With it being a long track of 2 minute 29, 2 minute 30. So best of luck, everyone. So just to give myself another 30 seconds or something. Let these people by, and then we've got LFC Benham in the Honda Accord BTCC on my right. One of the championship contenders to look out for, who could be getting some will be getting some points on the board, and so you can see the timing and everything. It's just you gotta get it spot on. Do you know what I mean? And so Ben's just gone, and I'll go too. Set the brake balance to 5 to the rear to get my rotation. And Shadow's still in as well. So he's thinking that, well, there's going to be a few push laps, of course. So I'm just catching up behind Ben, and then just like to see, because he has been quick in practice from yesterday, I'll have to admit. And he's pretty good around that track, and he likes the circuit. Nope. 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 I'll just drive off, and you're not going to get my slip, pal. So I'll be getting 3 push laps, of course, so every lap counts, especially in a long track like this. So just need to put it together. So we've got Marty in the Vauxhall Vectra in the scene, coming out of the bus stop chicane. Let's do this. So I started to see some quality times coming through. And let's see what my lap time's like. It's getting somewhere. We'll see where we're at when we head down to this bus stop chicane. Pole position momentarily. Let's see what LFC Ben can do along with Shadow. LFC Ben had a bad lap somewhere. Not sure what happened there, but and Shadow's picked pole position, so there's a long way to go for sure, with less than 4 minutes to go, plus the last remaining moments of your lap when the clock hits 0. I just had to wait. Felt like I turned in a little early on the no-name corner. Right on the edge of the red and white curve there. Let's see what the sector time's like. It's going to be down, I reckon. I could be wrong. Yeah, just a couple of tenths down, but there's still some time to make up on all. On the bus stop. Legion with a 2 minute 40, so there's not really much between Legion, Shadow and myself. Unless LFC Ben can put it together next time round. Marty up ahead as well. This is it. And then let's see, Ben with a 2 minute 29 has just annihilated the opposition. The first driver to get it in a 2 minute 29. So that's going to make everyone play catch up on all. Oh, somebody's had a spinner. That's Captain HC. I can see some improvement. I'll just get that slip. Come on. Come on. Move over if you can. That's Hado. Thank you for that slip. Appreciate it. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, I got it in at 229. Ah. Just a few attempts away from Legion, who put it together to get pole position momentarily. Then I'm going to need a quick toilet break. Unless all changes. Unless all changes. I don't want to jinx it, but what will be will be. So I'll be back in 2 secs. And I'm back. And I'm back. So P3 is mine. So one of the few drivers to get a 229 when it mattered. So well done to these, and thanks for sparing a moment to show some sportsmanship. So this is how it's going to pan out. We've got Legion on pole position with LFC Ben in the P2. And we've got myself, Danny C, in P3. The only drivers to get a 229. Shadow in the Peugeot in 4th. Butler in 5th. Marty in 6th. Hano in 6th. 7th. Newcomer DW in 8th. We've got Capture Nate C in 9th. Diddy Swift in 10th, Ash Moon in 11th, Handy Pint in 12th, Kivan C in 13th, the Tyler in 14th, and Storm bringing up the rear in P15. So, obviously, in any scenario, that before we get going, so in that case, if you accidentally knock somebody off, and if you feel it's your fault, just simply pull over to one side where you can and where it's safe to do so, in order to get the place back to the person you made contact with. And failing to apply that principle, even in a league race, then you're going to pay the price. So best of luck to those who are participating in the sprint. And wherever we finish will be determine the grid for the reverse grid feature race. And in my words, let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Elbows out. Can't see any rain on the sprint. So there's a lot to play for. So I just need to get a good slingshot if I can. Although the two have Legion and Ben, who are literally just a few tenths away, but then it's just a case of keeping it all together. Because what are you going to think is a marathon, not a sprint. So it depends how much you place your bets. Do you know what I mean? So anyhow. And of course, grid start with 4 stat checkers on too. Right. Let's do this. The sprint. So I've got Ben tucking in behind the lot, and they've got Shadow giving me a bump draft there. Thank you very much. We've got these two going side by side, and then here comes Danny C. Who's going to be last of the bricks? Bloody hell, this is literally edge under the seat stuff kind of stuff. So well through on that one. So I just need to get some momentum and build the consistency from there. As I'm right behind LSC Ben for the lead. He's feeling it. He's feeling the pressure. The question is, can he handle the Danny C pressure? So I'm just going to give him a little bump draft there, knowing they've got Legion for company, who is also a contender. Ah, it's all good, it's all good. I felt something. There's no stress. Oh, he's going for the move. Don't want to take any unnecessary risks, as I've got a championship to think about. And then I got Butler in for company and all. So there's an overtake happening between Shadow and Butler as the Shadow retakes fourth for the moment. And then we've got Ben, who's had a moment further up, so it's like we're all back to within striking distance, of course. Oh, Legion's feeling the oversteer. Oh. Legion's struggling a little touch on that apex, on the complexion of corners. And I've got Shadow behind me, right on my bumper and all. So just give Legion a little nudge. Come on. I'll give you a nudge if you want, if you catch up, Ben. Just watch out for the dirty air and all. Through Eau Rouge. They're not top of Radion. Shadow says there's an opportunity in the battle for P2. Butler's right behind me as well, as he too wants some positions. So I just need to slingshot past the Legion if I can now that I've done enough bump drafting. Come on. Who's going to be last of the brakes? Oh, Legion's gone wide. Just a touch there. Looks like LFC Ben's got this in the bag unless he makes a mistake. But P2 is within my sight for the sprint. And a lot of work and ground to make up for the feature when the reverse grid takes place. With just over 5 minutes left on the clock. And Legion's gone down even further, having what looked like to be a track limit violation penalty for going wide onto pool 1. Oh, Shadow's gone wide there. Oh no! He spun out of P2. No, so sorry to see this, pal. Which opens the opportunity to either Butler or Southpaw, who are battling what is P3 on the road. But they've got to catch me up as I've got no one in front of me, with LFC Ben there being 4.8 seconds in front. And then of course got Butler, who manages to hold off P3 or managed to overtake Marty for P3, I'm not too sure. I was paying attention with what was going on with Shadow, and then, yeah, it's just crazy like how things can change in a flash. And I've got a train behind me as well. Looks like Butler wants to go for the overtake. No. Yeah, he is. Tight. Keep it together. So we're on what is effectively the last lap of the race. And I got Marty on my ass, and then I got Butler in front of me, also known as Butters. Come on. Come on, Butler. Come on, Butters. I'm coming to get you, man. It's NEC time. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Got Marty on my side at the... Oh. I thought there was a gap there, but no. Just had to give him a little push. Good evening, Super Novice driver. Welcome along, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're well. And I got Legion behind me as well, who's recovered some places, and he's within striking distance of a podium once more. Butler's gone wide, which leaves the door open for Marty. And I got Legion on my right-hand side and all. I still got the slipstream effect from Butler. Marty's giving Legion the slipstream effect too. Come on! Sometimes you're just going to have to accept the fact that it's time to fight for another day. Next up, feature race. So, just feel that for that last lap, felt like it was just one of those things where there was literally nowhere to go. We're going to go for the right-hand side, but at least it's a bit that give Marty a go and also, but yeah, well done everyone. Yeah, it's one of them. Then I had a good run from the hairpin. Then I obviously had a good run onto the Rouge, then up on top of Radion. So it's like, which way is Butler going to fit in? Is he going to go defend left or right? But they're just like in the middle, but it was just not really much time to decide on that one when I had that much momentum, but no stress. So, but other than that, we'll grab the replays if you want them, and let's have a look at the result. And of course, LEC Ben has done it. He literally just put it on the front row in order to get the win. And of course, a big Liverpool football fan like Ben, for example, has done the business in the sprint. And he's done it for Diogo Jota, who sadly left us, along with his brother, in the tragic car accident. And rest in peace to both Diogo and Andre. Great players, gone too soon. Thinking of the family and friends. And LEC Ben did them proud. With a win in the sprint. And it's all to play for in the feature. So that's off to a shadow for in the Peugeot, who was also managed to he was running in a podium place, and then all of a sudden he went too wide on the AstroTurf, and then in turn one, and all of a sudden he just lost it. Unless something's happened with his wheel, I'm not too sure. But all to play for in the race. So, but this says feels like a win after the past few races. It was until I spun. Yeah, it's. I mean, at least you got some. I got some points to Shadow, which is better than none, and you will be able to progress further up above the grid a bit as the host. He's going to be throwing down the reverse grid for the feature, and you best get your umbrellas out because we're in for a real treat. So respect to those of us who have been racing, regardless where they end up. So let's see what the lobby settings has to offer. So So tick to enter. Okay, so we're in for a wet one, of course. No intermediates. Let's see what the track is like and all. So it's the green, which obviously is really heavy. So obviously, let's look at the event settings. So, because I hope. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Because it's not well, 15 minutes, 10 minutes qualification, just a feature. Okay, so Jimmy's on it, 30 minutes, but at least he's he got that rectified. Okay, saves me a job there. Apologies for the delay. Okay, so 30-minute race. Let's get the right tyres on. Intermediates. I'd just like to see what the wet weather's like, so please stay in the car. So obviously we will be expecting some heavy rain to start off with, and then it just gets better towards the end as well. So let's see what everybody's on. And whilst we're on, obviously I'm going to be having a quick toilet break, so I'll be 2 secs. And I'm back. So let's see what everybody's on there. So we've got Ben in the wets, interestingly. Obviously, we've got Shadow in the intermediates, Marty in the wets, Butler, Diddy on the inters, Captain HC on the wets, Ash Moon on the racing softs. You're going to have to change some tyres, mate. Same with Legion. So it is a wet start. So obviously, that of course I'll be somewhere. How many we got? So I'll be somewhere around P10 or 11th. Yeah, 11th, something like that. So obviously, just having another look. I'm just gonna go on the wets. I'm just gonna go wets and see what everybody else is on. feel the track and all. So you don't get a pit lane crossing penalty on the right hand side where the tyre barriers are, so you could just go as wide as you want. So that gives me a good picture and all. I may as well just stick to what I have originally made. Okay, so we're starting soon. Yeah, I'm happy with the intermediates. So just have a look. So it's going to rain towards the end, so best be prepared. See what everybody else is on before I have a quick beep. So we've got Ben on the wets, Marty on the wets, Shadow and Butler in the intermediates, Didfeet in the inters, Captain on the wets, Tyler Mann in the wets, Hado in the intermediates, Asboom, Pints, says Marty. So we have got some points in the sprint, so it's just a case of how many places can I make up and who's on what tyres they're going to be starting off in what is going to be a wet race. That'll be dry in the middle of it, and then we could be some wet weather towards the end as well. Captain AC with a 2:46 on the wets, so it's not going to be a necessary time to put. So it's good to have that forward thinking. Do you know what I mean? So, and this is what some people will be looking to do, just to plan ahead of how the weather's going to pan out. So I'm ready. So just let Jimmy know. So I reckon most of the people will be on the intermediates. So I just need to keep finding the watery parts. Yep, copy Jimmy. Always use the weather radar, plan ahead, and then put this as ready-ish. As in, just need a toilet break or something? I'm not too sure. So it's going to be a rolling start, and therefore that we have a 30-minute endurance for the feature. So it's a free tyre choice as well. So good luck everyone for the feature. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. So I've got Hado in striking distance already, struggling out of Eau Rouge. Well, it's going to be last of the brakes. Some chaos further up ahead, so I just need to stay alert if I can. So just need to be patient through this pile. Swift's gone. So is Shadow. Leaving no prisoners. Taking no prisoners whatsoever. And even Legion's going for it and all. Oh, Tylerman's having a moment there. Just had to... So a bit of argy-bargy going off there. So I've got Legion on my left. Threading the needle. Come on. Whoa, bloody hell. I felt that. Even Bubbler wants a piece of me. Hello? Hello? Oh, pint is spun. And that is momentarily the championship leader. Keep me going. A long, long way to go. Keep these intermediates cool as possible as the track's drying out. Just need to bear in mind about the fuel and all. Asbone's going way wide there on the AstroTurf, defending all he could. Ben's using all the... Oh, Legion's going sideways and all. Leave him in compromise to give the opportunity to Asbone. So we see some people coming out. Well, coming into pits, I should say. I just need to get some clean outs the best I can. Legion's had a moment through Eau Rouge, then on top of Radion, as he too has a half-second penalty for track limits, leaving Captain HC to take the opportunity to retake the lead, whilst I'm sitting pretty in P3. Through goes Danny C! What a fantastic manoeuvre! Coming out of the chicane, two people fighting each other. Danny C's, thank you very much. 2 places for the price of 1. Fantastic, fantastic racing. And Legion takes a 1 second penalty for track limits. which gives the opportunity to go and pit for some slicks. Anybody enjoyed that? And through goes Danny C. 2 places for the price of 1. Fantastic. Danny says, thank you very much. That's 2 places for the price of 1. Fantastic racing. Through goes Danny C. It's going to be all over my head now. What tyres everybody else is on? I would have assumed that they're on the mediums or the softs. But it's a minute long for this track and all. So we'll just get some soft tyres on. Get the fuel to the end. Just tiptoe my way through the pit exit. And Asmoons have got a 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lane entry or exit, which is going to be unfortunate, having had a go with the top dogs. I'll give him that, as he has been awarded driver of the day from last time out in Magyar. So I just need to keep it on the track. That's the objective. Keep the tyres cool best I can. I've got Pinters coming in at last. I'm sure some people have gone on to the mediums, which is why that the tyres lasting a bit longer than the softs. Ben's in the pits. Ben is in the pits. I don't know whether it's just tactical or is he going to see out to the end. And if the rain falls once more, that is going to be costly. So I just need to keep going until the heavens open once more. And think about the championship. Butler's tyres is screaming, I would assume, unless he made some mistakes. Now, it looks like his tyres are cooked. It looks like his tyres are cooked. One lap longer. Where's he gonna go? He's coming in. He's coming in. So he's let me by. So he's rolling the dice. How hard is the rain gonna hit? That is the question. I've been in this situation before, but I need to do it again. My tyres are nearly gone on the front. Legion looks like he's at a moment somewhere. He's gone from P2 to P4. Pints left. Something's happened. Hope he's alright. But regardless on the results, pleasure to race with him. Come on, tyres, front tyres. Got no front. Marty's going to be laughing his head off when he sees me struggling on the fronts. Surely he's on the mediums. I'm going to have to come in. And look at the weather coming really, really quickly. So now's the time to box and get some tyres on, wet weather tyres on. Oh! I'm gonna go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, car. I don't need to pit for some fuel. This is a make or break. Okay. I just need it to rain now. I need the rain. They're only going to the wets are only going to be worn out just a touch whilst on the dry track. Just keep them as cool as possible. Starting to rain heavy now. Track's wetting up nicely. Captain HC staying out. That is ambitious. I'm all good with fuel. There's Marty. We made the undercut work. We made the undercut work. As we pass Marty for what is a net race lead. Captain HC still staying out, but Marty's got to be on much better tyres than I am. Yeah, you can see the leader up ahead, literally skating all over the ring. Watch out, Captain! I'm coming for you! Just need to be patient, pick my way through the Renault. Oh, he's got off. And Danny sees through. In the lead. Any moment, Marty's going to take P2. So we're on the last lap now. And we've got the newcomer in P3 who's running solidly well there. I'll give him credit for that. Let's go. Let's go. We've just got the last couple of corners to go. Last couple of corners. And having felt so close to get a podium, which looked like the wind was out of sight. But in the feature, I once again just need to put it together in the bus stop. And around the final corner, and Danny C takes the feature at Spa. Get in there, Danny! Let's go! Yo! Danny C delivers once again another stellar performance in the feature when it mattered. So well done to Marty for P2. And we've got the newcomer who takes his first podium of the season. So well done to the German for finishing in the top 3 in the feature. Legion has to settle for 4th. And LFC Ben, momentarily the championship leader, having had a bit of a questionable middle stint as to finish for P5. So kept it pointing in the right direction. Kept going. Never gave up until the checker flag. And we're done it. So Danny C takes the win with Marty in 2nd, newcomer DW in 3rd, Legion in 4th, LFC Ben in 5th, Haydo in 6th, Asmoon in 7th, the Tyler Man in 8th, Didfee Swift in 9th, Captain HC in 10th, Shadow in 11th, Butler in 12th, and there's only Cavanci, London Norm, the only ones to be lapped down with Handy Pines with a DNF to his name. Ooh, that was fun. That was fun. So what will happen there is that there's going to be an interview that will take place. So I just need to see if we should get an invitation from the host, from Mr. Jimmy Codger. So so yeah, it was. Well, I enjoyed myself once more. So it's just a case of building the consistency, as I always been. Although that the podium was there for the sprint, it's just making the job that's a bit more harder. That's another thing. When you have some quality fast drivers that bring up the rear, and then obviously just have to allow all the time and patience you need to be sure you get there. So. And to say the least, I've had my tyres were a bit more worn than Marty's before it started raining. So yeah, just looking at the game chat. I just received a gift from. I gotta say it was a good day, says Marty. Just received a message from Marty. Well, so he's beating me in the sprint, so I'll give him that, and I've got him back in the feature. So it's 1-1. So just Still no invitation from Jimmy. So we will get featured on the interview in a moment, who's where Jimmy's currently live. So unless he's having a breather after witnessing one of the craziest motorsport races in his British Touring Car Championship. So obviously you've got a few people that's left who just want to cool down a moment. So obviously no points gained as far as I'm concerned, Will, from getting closer to LFC Ben, who I believe who is the championship leader. And then obviously Shadow had a diabolical outing at Spa, which obviously put tumbling down the order just a touch after what looked to be a promising result in the sprint, but it was not meant to be after a spin, having gone on the AstroTurf at turn 1. Sorry to see that, pal, but keep your head up. Another opportunity will come for sure. And then came a few people I battle with, just a few things. Yeah. Whew. There we go. Whew. So obviously there's a few chats going off with other drivers. So patiently waiting. Well, it looks like we might not be getting an interview unless Jimmy's forgotten. But well, so let's see what's happening and all. For those who want to do some racing, see if there's any lobbies to just turn the light on, because it's yeah, kind of a bit darker at this time, isn't it? Well, there's still a bit of daylight. So let's see what we've got here. So there's some of the league racing that's going off, and then so there is some road car lobbies, etc., which is what's happening. So I'm going to be opening the daily tickets, having got some miles on the clock. I'll take that. So just going to the skate movies. And yeah, this is towards the end of the stream there. Well, looks like it's no interview. No interview. Never mind. I'll just have something to say. I'll just have something to say. Unless it all happens and for the last second. But so from my side, well, firstly, thank you to Mr. GB Codger, as always, for running the championship, and obviously adding on with the comms as well. And well done to those who took part for round 3 and those who finished in the top 3. I gotta say that well, the podium's definitely there, and then LFC Ben's just like flying, even when he's on the clear air, and therefore that just get the just get the points in the bag up, because obviously with Clay Jackson's absence, well, for this race and the next couple of races, then therefore that it's going to be an interesting one for LFC Ben, Legion, Marty. Not ruling out anybody else, but then obviously because a lot can happen in the touring cars, as it usually does. So I felt like second places were there, but it was just not meant to be, which there, of course, will lead to make the jump much harder. But it was just one of those opportunities that I missed out on the P2, where I just had to fight for another time. And that's what I had to do. Therefore, that I've gone on to start in P11 in the reverse grid, having worked my way up through the field. Started on the correct tyres, the best I can, to make it last until, with 18 minutes left on the clock. Got onto the soft tyres, which obviously all it did, just enough to do the job in order to keep it on the track. I thought that I was going to be undercutted, but what I had to do with 6-7 minutes left on the clock is go onto the wets. That the rain's going to chuck it down, and therefore just do the undercut on Marty, who looked like he was in contention for the win, but I had to be sure that just get the correct tyres at the right place at the right time. But other than that, we just gonna have to keep our heads down and focused on race by race, and just have to keep going and keep pushing, and don't give up till the end. And that's the mentality I have. But other than that, I've enjoyed myself. So I hope those of you who've been watching, those who've been lurking at the background, have enjoyed my race, and especially the through goes Danny C bit, overtaking 2 cars out of the chicane with my racecraft on a drying track. So definitely a clippable, that one. So anyhow, I'm gonna have to cut short on that one, and just see that. Yeah, there we go. So anybody liking the content on what I'm doing, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and other than that, I'm gonna have to cut short, as next time I'll be live on YouTube is on Tuesday, and before that I'm off out to an adventure on Sunday, and you will see. So may you all have a great day, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, whatever you're up to. Most of all, take care, stay safe, and from myself, Danny C, I'll catch you on the next one. Let's keep going, let's keep pushing, and never give up. We've got another person watching. Want to say hello? Yep. Okay. How long have I been at it? Just 2 hours, just bang on. Luckily, I'm on annual leave. I'm on annual leave until I'm back into reality stuff once more for next week. So I'll see you in the next one, boys and girls. Bye bye.